So the John Oliver effect.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm sure you've heard that term, right?
I have not until you told me, but yeah, I you kind of know it's going to be a thing anyway with somebody with that many viewers and etc.
Right. So just today, well, he did a show in October. It was about ethnic diaspora throughout America and how they get their news. And he featured this Vietnamese guy who had a program on, or a channel on YouTube called King TV. And basically this guy was the Alex Jones of Vietnam. Spouted all this anti-mask stuff like wearing a mask will kill you, that kind of stuff. And Oliver's point was that YouTube banned Alex Jones for that very same thing, but this guy's still on. Well, today YouTube kicked him off. They canceled his channel. So the John Oliver effect, that term's been used for, you know, remember the coal guy was being sued by the coal guy. Yeah. You know, just his ability to affect, if not change, at least dialogue on any number of subjects. And today is a pretty powerful example, man. I mean, for YouTube to take that action only after, well, a month after Oliver did this story. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I mean, well, the dude's good at what he does. I mean, so they do deep dives into stuff they feel are injustices, and you know, what can you say? The particular incident you were talking about with the coal guy was a slap suit, which I hope legislation comes about to where, yeah, come on, man, he's just making commentary. It's that doesn't mean anything. Why? So it's literally trying to get rid of free meat, or the media outlet, to say what's going on, because real shit is going on. And if you try to ban that with slap suits because you can bog them down, actually, one of the ones was in Chagrin, so in around Cleveland, Ohio. So yeah, it is what it is. I think he's great at what he does. He's great at what he does.
I enjoy John Oliver. I think he's funny as hell. I love his irreverent take on most everything. Some things that annoy me, and this is why I stopped watching Jon Stewart when he was doing the Daily Show. He tends to get political a lot, and I don't like anyone telling me how to think or feel about politics. And I think I'm a little bit even put off by a dude with a British accent tell me how to feel.
No, that's supposed to make it's more engaging with the British accent.
Yeah. Well, no, it makes him sound smart, right? I mean,
yeah.
I get it. He's a naturalized citizen, so he has every right. You know, welcome to America.
Yeah.
It's our bitch. So I'm not complaining about it. It always irritates me. What threw me off Stewart, he had Liam Neeson on his show one time, and they were talking about the horse patrol for NYPD. And this is near and dear to Neeson's heart. You know, he wanted to support them, and I think they were talking about either canceling the whole program or what have you. And Stewart and his wife are very into animal rights.
Sure.
God bless.
Yeah.
I don't think NYPD was abusing their horses. You know, unlike their people, stop and frisk, what have you. They weren't abusing.
They're abusing the people more than the horses.
The people, but the horses, I think, were pretty well taken care of. They were fed and all. Anyway, point is, they had two differences of opinion, and Stewart was just so dogmatic, and just he was absolutely right, and Neeson was absolutely wrong, and that's just bullshit. I mean, there is middle ground, or at least there's a chance for a discussion. And when it comes to opinions, it's yours and you're entitled to it, but it doesn't make it right.
Sure.
So turned off to Stewart by that, and I always enjoyed his comedy. And I didn't mind his politics. I mean, I'm centrist, so I don't care. You can't really offend me, but it starts to get bothersome when comedians go political. And I see that from Oliver quite a bit. I mean, and he's so clever, right? I mean, he's so funny, so clever, and he's so biting. So when he talks about Senator Sinema or Manchin, and he's just so convinced that he's so right, it comes off condescending to me. Like I can't decide for myself what's right and wrong. I just don't appreciate being lectured by any comedian.
Yeah, I don't like being lectured by anybody in general. So, no, I agree with you on, I guess, that point. But, you kind of need that because, first of all, Oliver's show is a deep dive into particular subjects that quite frankly, haven't gotten much pub. And so he goes into crazy, weird shit. And yeah, so it's cool, like predatory lending and stuff like that. So I like that aspect of it. Stewart, so here's where I have a problem. I don't want to make, these guys are not the moral arbiters of the world. So it is what you think, however you think, but you got to base it on facts as well. So you got to know, and what you're talking about, but they're also trying to do a job as far as comedy as well. So they're trying to make it funny while talking about a serious subject. Like Oliver did a Guantanamo Bay thing. And it's hard when you're talking about really serious subjects, man.
Yeah, I mean, so I appreciate that his ability to make something like that funny. I mean, that's incredible and incredibly hard. So it speaks to his writers and himself and the delivery. I mean, it's all pretty awesome. But and the thing I do appreciate about Oliver mostly, his political rants are limited to the introduction, which is not his deep dive. It's his introduction.
Right.
So he doesn't go that hard, but it seems like it's just coming up more and more for me. And I hope because of the John Oliver effect, I hope he doesn't get so full of himself that's what we get. I think that's what happened to Stewart, man. I think he got so caught up in his own popularity. I think he began to believe that everything he said was golden, and we should all just, agree.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Some of the shit I obviously disagree with, but again, I think what he's doing is he's literally deep diving on a subject and then trying to make comedy out of it. But it is an important subject. So, sorry, I moved my camera just a little bit.
Yeah, you did. Way too close to your face, showing too much of your face. I agree 100%, sir.
Hey, but it is shaven now, so. But the same
facial hair. That's awesome.
the same goes for who's the numbnuts on HBO. That one I can't stand.
Bill Maher, yeah. I like Bill Maher too. I like him because he's a little more centrist. I mean, he will make fun of Democrats and Republicans, and that's how I am. I mean, none of you guys are my heroes, Republicans or Democrats. It seems like once you get elected, your whole job is to stay elected.
Yeah, but doesn't he seem like a cocky asshole? He's never self-deprecating ever. It's always, hey, where's my laugh at? You didn't laugh at that? Come on.
He is very, very cocky. But that his smugness, I guess, is his charm. I like Bill Maher. I do like Bill Maher.
I do too.
I think he's fun.
I do too. But I just think it's funny that every other let's say so anybody in politics or political satirist, is that a word? They're self-deprecating, so they understand, like Jon Stewart, John Oliver.
Stewart again was not self-deprecating.
Oh yeah, he was. He talks about how he's a 5'7" Jew.
He was pontificating on his soapbox, and that's what became annoying to me. I think it was time. I think it was time for him to go. It was time for him to go when he did. I still think he's a very funny man. Now, apparently, all he does is political stuff. I know he's got a new show out. Haven't seen it yet, so don't want to comment on it. But the problem with, I think Jon Stewart is what it's called. I look forward to seeing it. I hope he's not so preachy.
Do you want John Oliver to go or no?
No. I want Oliver to realize he's a guy with an opinion. And the thing about Oliver for me is because he's so clever and because he's got such great writers, he's so effective at condescending to me. You know, he's so effective.
That's true.
And
he has the accent, so that helps with the condescension.
And he's got the damn accent, which provides legitimacy.
For some reason, I don't know why, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what it is about Americans. Even Americans will hear a Cockney accent. Think, oh, sounds smart.
Whoa.
I mean, what the hell is that? I have no idea. An aside here, Ricky Gervais one time, he's making a joke about Stephen Hawking and, his robotic voice. He goes, oh, he even got that hoity-toity American accent. I'm like, so apparently they think the same about us. I don't think they think we sound smarter, but they think that we sound like we're better than them. Like you better than me? We're better than them.
Hey, we are better because we beat them. Hello.
We have like 2 English viewers, so just kidding. We are humble.
Yeah, sorry, UK.
We're humble people.
Americans are humble people. Is that what you just said?
No. I'm not saying Americans are. We are.
We have to be humble people. We're dumbasses, just spewing bullshit. So yeah, we are very humble.
Except, like I said, when we go visiting other countries, then we have an obligation to pass on the stereotype that we are arrogant, over-tipping motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's crazy. By the way,
it's our job.
That's crazy. By the way,
why would people hate on us?
That we overtip?
No, that we're arrogant overtippers. They see the tipping when we're in another country where they really don't tip. I mean, I think that's perceived by them as, you can't buy me for a couple bucks.
Yeah, sure.
And like, well, that's what we do back home. We actually buy your love.
Yeah.
For about 20%.
That's the whole purpose. We buy it.
Yeah. We buy your love. Just remember me. Treat me well.
Yeah.
Here's 20%.
I know. I do it to every bartender I've ever gone to. So.
Bartenders get more.
Oh, yeah.
People. This is why bartenders should get more than 20%. They make your drink. They make your pour.
Yep.
Now, that server you're giving 20% to, they're not making your food, dude. They're not making anything for you. They're just getting it to you. Bartenders decide how big that pour is. So.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
I don't know how we get here.
How did we get here? That's how we always go.
Yeah. I got this fly.
I know. I saw it.
Did you?
Yeah. You almost Mike Pence this shit.
Yeah. I mean, I think look at this. Look at this landing area, dude. You see how big this is?
Oh, that's
He's aiming for his landing strip. Dude.
Yeah. And then you have the light. So it's like guiding it right to the forehead. Yeah. Or the 5 head, I should say. Bam.
Oh
Bam. Bam.
Cannot take Eli Manning's joke in this game.
That is not Eli Manning's. That's been a joke around for years.
No matter how big the target is, you can't use Eli's humor. Sorry.
Well, that target's huge.
You've been beat, sir.
That target's huge. Anyway, so
back to next topic. So these guys, anyway, I've never cared, especially when you're smarter than me. And again, so Bill Maher, John Oliver, Jon Stewart, they're all smarter than me. They use better words.
They know the best words. Let's just be honest.
Have all the best words.
Yeah.
Not necessarily Oliver, because Oliver goes blue really quick, and actually, when he goes blue, it's quite effective. You know.
Yeah.
Although it shouldn't be anymore because he does it all the time.
No, I think he has a very effective way of, and he always talks about how he didn't succeed in England and came here. And
well, he doesn't sound smart in England. He just sounds like everybody else.
Yeah.
You know, he's just, yeah, okay, that's John.
Yeah, that's John.
The guy who couldn't make the football team.
Like he was. So James Corden was big in England, wasn't he?
He was. He had some jobs, man. I saw him on Graham Norton show several times. He actually was funny there.
I like him too, by the way. I like James Corden. Yeah. You know,
to me, no, Corden to me is just like Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
They're a little too juvenile for me. A little too juvenile tastes.
Okay, but sometimes I like that though.
That's fine in small doses. Of like Adam Sandler. I don't want to see him in a whole movie because he's frankly not that funny. I can only handle juvenile antics for so long. I'm not interested, you know, in a whole movie of that. So all right, here, you want to go there? Corden, Fallon, I just told you I don't care for either one of them because, you know, why all the stupid human tricks on their shows? Whatever.
Right.
Just make your guests interesting, who, by the way, are bigger stars than you. Just make them interesting. That's your job.
Right.
And even, I like Kimmel. Kimmel.
I love Kimmel.
I love him. But there is no great interviewers anymore on late night television. All the talk show people, it's more about them than their guests. And again, your guest is a legitimate star, probably, unless you're Corden. You probably got, you know, D-list. I don't know, but make it about them. I mean, set them up to be funny.
But
nice.
Corden sets it up like the British talk shows, so where it's like a chat show. So you were just talking about Graham.
Who is the best? That's the best talk show on television.
I like that format.
I love that format. He has everyone there at the same time. They're all just having a chat. They're having a drink.
Yeah.
And they're just talking there. I mean, it's awesome. And Graham knows enough to tamp himself down, even though he is very out there, you know. But he makes it about the guests.
Yeah.
I enjoy it so much. I enjoy his show.
I agree. Colbert, I think he's too political all the time.
He's too political, man. He's too political. I get it, dude. You're a Democrat. I got it. Okay.
Yeah, it's cool.
All the time.
And you know what? I think the problem is because he had to be this fake Republican for so long.
Yeah.
That he's like, no,
making up lost time.
Fuck. I am not Republican. I gotta do this.
Yeah, I think he's making up for lost time.
Yeah. But I do like him. I
think he's a hilarious, smart guy.
Yeah.
But again, he's too political for me. I don't care. I really just don't care about your opinion. He's also a little too religious for me. I mean, he's very.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, because he talks about
Catholic.
Yeah, he's Catholic. Yeah. Okay.
Very devout. Which is fine. I mean, you know, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. But
I just don't care.
I always loved Conan.
I love Conan, but Conan was a little over the top because it's always about Conan. You know, that's what I'm sure. After Norm Macdonald died, I'm sure you saw all the bits that were coming out because him and Conan had a special relationship. Norm Macdonald was on a lot.
Yeah.
So you all love it. So Norm Macdonald was the only guy who could really make Conan shut the hell up and let his guests be funny and interesting. I appreciate that because Conan's always look at me, the hair, he's doing the,
yeah.
I don't care.
Well, I kind of disagree with that, but because I think he always set up his guests to be funny.
Right, but I mean, not all guests are funny. You're going to get, let's say, an A-lister out there who's just not fun. Okay, but they're interesting.
Sure.
They interesting lives. They do interesting things. I mean, God, it'd be great if it's always about the fun, but it can't always be about the fun.
Sure.
In a perfect world, it is. But,
right.
But it's, if he's not gonna laugh in 30 seconds, he has to go and try and create.
Yeah, but to be in that world, I think you have to start thinking that way. You know what I mean? So it's harder to really zero in. Like Jay Leno sucked. I hated that guy.
Yeah, I hated that guy.
Not as a person, but just golly, he was a robot. Like, I'm gonna ask you this question from this cue card and da 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 da. Yeah. That's what it was.
Letterman, I love Letterman, except man, the last 4 or 5 years, it's like, God, he's old, man. He's not.
He's from where we're from.
He's from Broad Ripple.
When he was interested.
Yeah.
Oh, Bubba. And
he was good. He was good.
You would be fucked up. That's quick humor. You couldn't mess with it.
Yeah, he had what I call poke the bear humor, man. He just wanted to poke you, try to get a reaction.
Yeah, just like a little screw, like going.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, all he wants you to come back at him. Like, he's poking the bear, seeing if you'll poke him back because he would love it. I mean, he's definitely, you talk about self-deprecating.
Yeah.
That's who he was.
He didn't give a shit.
You come back at him. Some people, I know famously, Oprah, Cher, there's famously several people who didn't appreciate that kind of humor, which is cool too.
But Cher kind of had a crush on him, I think, from what I've seen.
You and I run into this all the time in our personal lives, right?
Yeah.
There's my wife, several of her friends who are very thin-skinned.
And when we do the little dig,
they don't like that, man. They don't like that. They don't get it. It's just, I'm just trying to get a reaction here, man. I felt some silence, some uncomfortable silence. I just wanted something.
Can I share a personal story or no?
No, I don't think so, man.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna name any names.
Well, it's out there now, sure, whatever.
Okay. So me and him were out at a bar and literally just deep on his wife's friend.
You got to preface it with the fact my wife distinctly told both of us.
Yeah, to shut the fuck up.
Do not.
Yeah.
Do not make fun with this girl. She has no sense of
humor. Yeah. I lost you. Hold on. I lost your mic for some reason. Look on your phone. God damn it, that was going to go somewhere too.
Got nothing.
Oh, I got you now. I don't know what happened.
All right, well, I don't know how you're going to thread this in. So I'm going to, where did you lose me? When I started talking about what my wife's instructions were?
Yeah.
All right, I'm just going to start back from there.
Yep.
And you got to, try and make this seamless.
Yep.
There's going to be some jump cuts, but we'll be okay.
Yeah.
So you got to remember, Orion, we got specific instructions from my wife. Do not poke this girl. She is sensitive. She doesn't have a sense of humor, and you guys can be too, especially when together, you guys can be too much.
With alcohol involved.
Did you listen?
No. Hold on. So you're telling two people that do not respond well to authority.
Right.
To do something.
Right.
We're going to do the opposite of what you tell us to do.
Pretty much. Because, I didn't buy it. I thought, hey, we're hilarious. She's going to love us. Watch this.
We're so funny.
So, no. I mean, God, she called Bomb crying about how much she hated you especially, and me as the enabler. So,
wait, hated me especially?
Well, yeah.
You're just guessing. Okay.
No, she hated you. So yeah, that didn't go well. So anyway, that's kind of Letterman's sense of humor.
Yeah, that's how we do in the Midwest. That's what we do.
It is. I think it's a very Hoosier thing. My uncle Ted, may rest in peace, was my idol comedically because that was him. I mean, that Dave Letterman, that was my Uncle Ted. Well, when my uncle died, I'm telling you, you couldn't get a parking spot within 3 blocks of the funeral home.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you were there. I mean, this guy. I mean, if you're going to go out, I mean, you want to know that people gave a crap, and obviously, most of Lafayette, Indiana, gave a crap. So
yeah, that
was impressive. But he was lovable. But that's exactly who he was. Man, he's always poking. You know. So I don't care. I mean, it is who I've been my entire life. Pass it on to you.
Yeah.
Either fortunately or unfortunately for you in your life, because it's caused some difficulties for me personally.
Well, it always.
If I had a British accent, I think it'd all be forgiven.
So we would have got away with it. Okay.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Should have been a long time ago.
Not a thick Hoosier accent.
No, Hoosier accent doesn't make it happen. No.
But that's why I love David. I really, you know what I really love, why I really love Jimmy Kimmel is
because he loves David Letterman.
Well, he loves David Letterman, but he can make fun of himself. He is, and he's a man of the he's the man of the people, you know. So like, I think Guillermo is picked him up somewhere or something like that. You know what I mean?
Guillermo literally was a parking lot security guard.
Yeah.
That is, I think it's still his official title. He was a parking lot security guard, and they caught him sleeping like in a producer's car or something like that. And they told Kimmel about it, and Kimmel said, well, we got to get him on the show. Of course, his show, no one was watching at the time. So, hey, sure, let's take this guy. Which is also how the whole Matt Damon feud started.
Yeah,
no one's watching the show.
Best fake feud ever.
Yeah, I'm fucking Matt Damon. I love it.
I'm fucking Ben Affleck.
That's awesome.
No, so I just like how he employs his family. And Cleto, his band leader. Yeah, grew up together. Cleto employs his father in the band. Yeah. I mean, I just think it's a great story, and these guys taking care of each other. It's awesome. That's what it's about, right? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, I wanted, I got about 30 offers to do a YouTube channel. I said, no, I'm not going to do it without my son. I did the exact same thing because, employing family is the way to go. So you're to blame for this shitty YouTube channel. Yes. Well, you are. Well, you just pretty much said it, so it's all. No, good. You are, because you're the IT guy, and the IT on this is not good. So. No, we're very stupid. Well, I told you, we hire a 17-year-old Korean kid. Yeah. Problem solved. And we're both married to Thai women. We should know some Asians that are much smarter than us, but we don't. Well, it's because they're Thai, not Korean. If we knew Koreans, I think that's the tech way to go. You got Samsung, all crap. I think so. So let's just circle back here. Let's just All right, let's steer the ship back. Let's steer the ship back.
Let's just try.
What were we talking about originally? Oh, yeah. Okay.
I think what my central point was when we started this diatribe was the left lane is for passing only. If we could all just come away with one thing learned today, the left lane is for passing only. That doesn't matter how fast you're going. If you're not passing, get out of the left lane. Right? I think it's a Murphy Brown thing, and it wasn't wrong.
That's a Murphy Brown thing? Good God. You're aging yourself, bro.
Yeah. I'm old.
Murphy Brown.
I'm old sucker. I think we're done here, man.
I'm not done laughing. Okay. Shit.
Now you got some work to do there editing.